Welcome to a new pop-up stream of Star Wars: The Old Republic. I have made a faux pas. Apparently. Didn't mean to do that. So, one second, we are going to log out with this character. Immediate logout. I made a mistake. You used to be able to, when you created a character, you used to be able to create them and then pick your subsect, we're going to call it, at level 10. You no longer do that. You do that in the creation process, and I had accidentally created the same character twice, which I did not intend to do. Each of these characters that you create fall into the 4 basic categories for each faction. Are you planning on actually deleting here, man? There we go. They fall into 4 basic categories for each for each faction. So, an example, I'm going as the Sith Inquisitor, because that's what I've mained when I've played this in the past. But I want the Sith Sorcerer, not the Sith Assassin. Both are very fun. Don't get me wrong, I actually already have a Sith Assassin made. I went through and decided to start over for while I'm doing this. It's going to give you guys a lot more content. It'll give me a lot more to talk about. It's going to be great for everyone. I just need to get everything reset for him really quick, which won't take long. He was very easy to set up. Eye color, like it's going to matter. They're going to be red. It'll be pretty easy to get all this set back up. As soon as I can find the right hair. Batman. There we go.
Just show me where the fun is.
There we go. Alrighty. So we're gonna go with that. That is what I named him before. I'm pronouncing it Ivausk, because why not? Sounded cool. I do already have a Roosevelt made. He's actually the Sith Assassin. I also did create a Jedi Sentinel, which they dual-wield lightsabers. The great thing about this game, and why I keep coming back to it, is A, it's Star Wars. Star Wars itself is fantastic. I love the franchise. I always have. It's. I remember being at a very young age watching the original trilogy and just loving it, and then watching it many, many times since then, along with the new ones and bits and pieces here and there, with the exception of Spaceballs. I hate Spaceballs. But, this game is an online MMO, as you may or may not already know. It is an adaptation of the Knights of the Old Republic games. It would be the 3rd game if you felt the need to put it in a sequential order. The first one is all about Lord Revan. From the way I said that, you can probably guess, yeah, I make him start as Sith and then kind of meld into the good side. But frankly, Revan is a pure gray Jedi, depending on how you do it. Exile is the star of the 2nd game, both of which are mentioned here. Revan actually gets his own expansion in this, which is actually really fun. He makes for a very difficult boss fight. He's done so well. Exile does not make it into the game. They actually have the story of him being killed off. I don't care for that story. I actually always found, at least in the game, my Exile was always so much stronger than my Revan that it didn't make sense to me to kill him off. So, you know, there's that. By the way, if anyone does join or follows or anything, please, by all means, make noise in the chat. I will do my best to keep up with that while playing. We'll see what happens. Multitasking, yay. I also picked this story to start with, and I'll do all of them periodically, both online and off, so you're not watching all the mundane little things. I picked this game for a few reasons. I picked this story specifically because I find it to be the funniest of them. It's just... And it's, frankly, it's great stress relief from work. Oh, I get to go electrocute people. Yay! I'm doing hand gestures like you can see me, and I know in my previous videos you had been able to see me. I'd been using a microphone, or a camera. I'm still using a microphone. That would be weird if I wasn't.
Last one to arrive is finally here. I hope you don't think you're special. It would be a shame if freedom went to your head. Or if you somehow got the idea you didn't need to pass your trials to become Sith. Lord Vash has tasked me with sorting through you refuse to find one worthy of being her apprentice, and I intend to do just that.
Don't get all sentimental on us. We've only just met.
I won't. Now the rest of you gutter trash already know your trial. Get going while I bring our latecomer up to speed.
Watch your back, friend. And don't worry. It'll be all right. He can't kill us all.
A Sith fears no one.
Suit yourself.
Now, slave, for your trial. There's a hermit named Spindrol who lives in the tomb of Ajunta Paul in the Valley of the Dark Lords. Spindrol's a lunatic, but Lord Vash sees him as some kind of prophet. Once you find him, he will test you.
Fine. I will seek the insane hermit in the incredibly dangerous tomb and take his little test.
But there, you know your task. Spindrol lives in the tomb of Ajunta Paul in the Valley of the Dark Lords. Don't keep Spindrol waiting, slave.
I can't wait to kill him. Every single playthrough, I cannot wait to kill him. He's one of those people that you love to hate. Sadly, it's not until much, much later that I get the ability to do so. So, I am just doing a little bit of maintenance here. I actually was one of the founders for this game, so I have a lot of mail items on the first little bit. We're just going to go through, and some of these I don't need, some of them I do. Getting rid of the ones that I will never use on this tune, like a sniper rifle, does nothing for me. But you can always use a good droid. We'll go through, and this won't take but a minute. Apparently I've already collected as many of those as I can. These are all just mounts that I'll be using later. I'm a bit of a mount junkie, so I will get as many of them as I possibly can. I know in World of Warcraft I'm up to over 100. The biggest accomplishment I have there is, for mounts at least, is I have ashes. Alright, cool, and we'll throw these down here just in case. Great. Alright, that little bit of maintenance is taken care of. Shall we throw on a title? Let's throw on a title. We're going to go with Founder because why not? So, every tune I play, in here especially, I'm very conscious of how I want that tune to interact or be as far as light side, dark side. And most tunes I have do something that kind of fits what I feel their persona should be. In the case of a Sith sorcerer, I have him just be pure sodding evil. I find him to be fun that way. He gets some of the great evil lines. It's just, he fits the role so well. I am doing this as a bit of a bonus quest. I remember back when I first started playing this, you had to do so much more to level. You really don't now, but it's still worth going through and doing the bonus objectives, because every planet you go to has a certain cap, and you can never get to more than that cap. Your level will still go up, but you will be scaled down to the level of that planet. So realistically, if you over level, it's not really helping you, but it's not hurting you either. You're still going to be able to play the content and enjoy the story without just being God mode through all of it.
Excuse me, Acolyte. Sergeant Corman, 5th Infantry Company, Korriban Regiment. Can I talk to you?
Make it quick, Sergeant.
Of course. You're one of the slaves Harkin brought in on the last transport, right? Here to prove yourself to the bloodthirsty overseers?
Yes, that's me, all right.
Well, here's your
That's not
chance
the button I
to
wanted
not
to
only
hit.
show off for the overseers, but start building ties to the Imperial military as well. I'm here commanding a hard target mission to exterminate claw slugs in this tomb. They're horrific things. Mouths bigger than your head. I've lost 3 squads of good men fighting them. They come in packs. They'll swallow a man whole.
Death is merely the final failure of the weak.
Yes, sir. But the mission is in danger of failing. Sending more men isn't the answer. The damn claw slugs breed so fast there's no way to wipe them out conventionally. So we started targeting their egg chambers. They went insane. We managed to get explosives to all of the egg chambers, but the claw slugs were all over us before we could detonate them.
Sounds like you need some help.
Don't underestimate those claw slugs, sir. They're smarter than they look.
Yes, and they're probably smarter than you, which is why you've failed at your mission so far.
Dark secret shall I share?
Force lightning. Oh yeah. Boom shakalaka laka. Alright, let's go do some destruction here. I am gonna let him go on ahead. I want to finish the bonus objective before I actually get around to normal objective. And as a Sith Sorcerer, I am a pure caster, which I will get more into the further in I go. It just right now my abilities are very limited, so it's kind of a hey, use what you got. I also don't have any minions yet, or companions as they're actually called. So I'm using what I got probably until about level 10, and then I'll start getting heavy into rotations and whatnot. I also kind of picked this game for streaming because it's one of the few games that I really enjoy the PvP in. I don't normally PvP, it's not my style. Except in here. In here I will happily PvP, PvE, whatever. It's all good, it's all fun in this. Huttball should be a national pastime. Alrighty, Doom Destruction Penguins. Let's go hand that in.
I heard the explosions when you set off the charges. Outstanding, sir.
Of course it was outstanding, it was me. There we are, there's a little bit more armor. You got another spell for me, what you got? You got an overload. Alright, cool, I'm a fan. Actually. Now we're gonna start doing that. Just one moment and we'll continue. Alrighty then. Apparently there is a pizza order in the works, and I am in favor of that. Alright, so apparently they're giving abilities a little bit faster than what they used to be. One thing to note in this game that's really cool is you can use the environment completely to your benefit. By which I mean, like, if you have a ledge, you can use Overload, the move I just used there, to throw targets. You can throw them off of the ledge. And in doing so, you will actually do more damage to them or potentially kill them based on the how quickly the fall is. I hit the wrong button because I am paying attention. There we go. And for that matter, you and you need to switch. Okay, cool. Let's cause a little more doom. Doom, gloom, all the good stuff. And electric. And electric. Yeah, at this point I can already be a pure caster. That's cool. That's really cool. I do have a couple pretty neat armor sets that I've managed to get out of various things throughout the game. I did this on what was my original server back when I used to play all the time, which I'm getting back into now because they have so much new content. But, and I ended up actually deleting my tunes and starting again, which I'm good with. I would rather do that and relearn how to play them and not go into a dungeon that's level appropriate without the proper knowledge of my character. Alright, there goes the electrocutions that we needed. Wonderful. Oh. Thinking about that, I don't have the move electrocute yet. There we go, and he's down. Wonderful. Alright, so during the stream today, we're going to get as far through Korriban as we can. Potentially all the way through to the Empire's station. Would be awesome. Korriban is generally the first 10 levels of the game. I am a founder, I am a subscriber. I will be beyond level 10 pretty easily. Probably closer to 12. In this game you can subscribe, you don't have to. It's fully optional. I choose to subscribe because A, I love this game, I love Star Wars, and being able to give something to that in the further development of games like this, especially ones like this that keep producing
Slave,
and putting out new content.
welcome to my humble home. You are here for your trial, yes? Learn the ways of the Sith from a doddering old man in a tomb, and hopefully to return to your master with the mark of my approval.
Yes, my lord. That's right.
Of course it is. I know the way of things on the surface. But before I answer either way, you must pass a trial of blood. Survive, and I will teach you what I know.
Yeah. Time for some killing. Alright, that guy looks like he came straight out of A Nightmare Before Christmas with the stitched lips. That's sodding creepy is what it is. Oh, you want to electrocute me. How good for you. There we go. And I got a chest that I cannot use. Lovely. It's always good to have those.
Excellent. These former acolytes wanted nothing more than to earn their second chance for glory by killing you and taking your place. But your desire proved stronger, and their blood became the mantle of your victory. Well done. But you are not Sith yet. Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength, power. Through power, victory. Through victory, My chains are broken. This is the Sith Code. Commit it to your heart, and you will have the strength to crush your enemies. Do you understand?
Of course. I was born to be Sith.
Good. Then go. Return to Harkon and nurture your hatred for him, and use your fear of him to grow stronger. He may raise his fist to strike, but it is Lord Vash who determines where the blow will land.
But who controls Vash, I wonder?
When you know the answer to that, you will have power over both your masters. Now, go. Leave me to my rest.
Alrighty. Well then, let's finish up the little quest we have in here and get out of this tomb. Alright, up the steps we go. The cool thing about this is, up to the end of the first piece, up to the end of vanilla, everyone has their own story. Like, and they all connect. They all connect, they all overlap, but, which way did I need to go? I need to go this way. Gotta get the artifacts first. They all connect, they all overlap, and then at the second bit is where they start to deviate. Okay, you're going that way, I will go this way. We're gonna do this in this fashion. Really, man? Really? That's how you feel you need to do that? I don't think that's a good idea. There we go. There's some destruction. And yes, that is my little astromech droid. He follows me around happily. He is not a companion, though. He is just a minion. The first companion I get is the Dashad, who I will be getting on Korriban. Then actually I don't get another one for quite some time. Which is fine. The Dashad is fairly awesome. There we go, there's all the optional kills done. And now we get to leave this tomb. Roll in, roll in, roll in. There we go. Yeah, it's really weird because, like, I'm not used to being able to choose everything right at level 10. And now, or level 1, and now you can. You choose not only your specific class, you also choose your spec. I can actually choose my spec now. I haven't done it yet because I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. Very few games let you do that from the very beginning. Should have done that in a better way. Oh well. That's better. Should have done it in a better way, but frankly, it didn't actually matter. Let's go ahead and get you out of the way while we're at it. And that is how you don't take damage as a caster. I will eventually get a move called Electrocute, too, that stuns the opponent for such a period of time. Bye-bye. Alrighty, we are wandering through... Oh, let's see if I can do it here. Nope. the ledge was too high there, but if the ledge wasn't there, they all would have fallen to the world below. The other reason that they didn't is because they're, as you can see, the map ends there. So I would assume even if I tried to jump, there's an invisible wall that just it won't let me. But that just basic mechanic of pushing people off ledges, that actually becomes very, very useful in certain class-specific quests. As a caster, you don't necessarily want to fight 5 or 6 things at the same time. It's not that you necessarily can't, but it's easier not to.
I have taken care of your problem with the looters in the tomb.
Ah, then I'll assume my men are dead. Even so, you've done us a great service. Their loss is your gain, I suppose.
Then I'm finished here.
Yes, sir.
Poor guy. Not really my problem, but poor guy. You'll notice that I do have all my inventory slots open. I need to. I go crazy if I don't have enough inventory slots. My legacy level at the moment of making this video is legacy level 38.
You must be one of the slave acolytes. Pretty easy to see why Overseer Harkin was horrified. Regardless, Lord Vash has made it clear that all new acolytes must learn martial skills as well as face their trials. Though why anyone thinks you can be taught is beyond me.
I assume someone a bit more learned will be instructing me.
Someone with a bit less pull, you mean? Not for all the credits in the world. You will find the instructors in the Academy's archive. Hurry, and try not to embarrass your betters.
Alright, so we need to hand that in. There is a data point right in there that I also know about, and then we'll go talk to Harkin to get that bit squared away as well. First I want that data point, which is right up here. It's kind of a hidden thing, really. I stumbled upon it by accident once and went, hey, it's shiny, I wonder if I can poke it, and apparently you can. Hooray, data point. It's not a lot of experience, but it is some.
At last, a worthy disciple.
Wonderful, got me a belt. And Force Storm. Wow, you get that at level 4 now. That's crazy. You didn't used to get level Force Storm for a long time out. That is Force Storm, and it does gorgeous damage. I'm gonna put that there. If my action bar setup looks a little weird, there's a very simple explanation. I use a gaming mouse, so I'm doing it to muscle memory as opposed to using a keyboard to do it all. I love my gaming mice. I probably couldn't do this with a keyboard at this point if I wanted to.
Ah, the last one. Always the latecomer. Now we can see what the hermit thinks of you, slime. Acolyte Corey. Step forward, please.
Yes, Overseer.
You are a weak, pathetic rodent, and even a lunatic like Spindrel can see this. And that means... Meet our newcomer, Von Alt. This is real Sith strength, and he will tear you apart and crush your bones, slaves. Look on him. No connections left in the world, but pure Sith blood. This is Lord Zash's future apprentice, not filth like you.
We'll see how tough he is out in the tombs, alone, with just me and my blade for company.
Step this way, slave. I want to speak to you privately. The rest of you get out of here. You know your trials. You too, Fawn. Spindrel awaits. Now, listen to me. Spindrel is a lunatic. His approval means nothing. You are filth, and you will die. Is that clear?
You think you scare me?
You're nothing, and don't forget it. Now, your second trial. Lord Zash has requested a special trial for you, which you will no doubt fail. Go to Inquisitor Zinn in the jails. He will fill you in on the details, and most likely hasten your demise.
Don't count on my demise, Harkon. I don't die easily.
Don't boast, slave. I don't want to see you again until you're back from the jails. That's all.
Ah, Inquisitor Zim. Or Zinn. My bad, too much Invader Zim as a kid. He is one of my favorite characters from this beginning bit. He's funny, he's slightly insane. It's awesome. Let's go say hi to him. He needs a hug. There he is. Running. There we go.
Acolyte, you've arrived. And not a moment too soon. Harkon has given me very specific instructions. You were raised as a slave, but must discard those traits and learn to control others. And I have just the task for that end. Meet this driveling excuse for an acolyte. He will be your victim.
Victim, huh? This sounds like it could be fun.
This is not an idle diversion, acolyte. A short while ago, there was what we call an unauthorized murder here in the Academy. A rivalry among apprentices resulted in death. Interrogate him. Make him tell you who committed this crime at any cost.
Cover your ears. This may get a little loud.
Thank you for the warning, but I prefer to cherish every scream.
Alrighty then. On to some interrogating.
Please, don't hurt me. I don't know anything.
Scream, weakling. I want to hear your suffering.
Please, don't do that again. I'll do anything.
What shouldn't I do again? This?
Stop! Please! Alright, I'll talk. He'll kill me, but I'll talk. The murderer is an apprentice named Essor Kayan. You'll have to protect me, or he'll kill me.
That's not my problem.
No, that's how it always is, isn't it? It's not anyone's problem until there's a lightsaber at your throat. Maybe if I'm lucky, Kayan will put me out quickly.
There we go. Which, by the way, do I have dark side corruption showing? Oh yes. Lovely.
You don't have to tell me. I heard the name loud and clear, though I sorely wish I hadn't. Essor Kayan. Kayan's master is a Dark Council member. I'd be a fool to oppose him. But anyway, your trial here is done. I will send my commendations to Overseer Harkon. You may return to him now.
What, no more torture? Oh, but I was just getting started.
I know. It's so hard to stop once you've started. Perhaps later, if you survive your trials. It has been most pleasant watching you work, Acolyte. Truly, I wish you the best of luck in your remaining trials.
He's so friendly and full of bloodlust. It's awesome. Alright, back to Harkon, and then we actually get to go on a bit of an adventure, which is fantastic. And I do have the ability to get my speed erasing now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait until level 10 because it's so fast.
I had been looking forward to cutting another one of you down, but it looks like I'll be spared the trouble. Unsurprisingly, Nylock has gone missing. Also, unsurprisingly, Fon has passed his first trial. It's only a matter of time before he tramples you all underfoot.
I'll tear you apart where you stand, slave.
Patience, Fon. An accident in the tombs is much more convincing. Now the lot of you know your next task. Go. I want to speak to Fon and our latecomer. Now, slave. Zin says you handled yourself expertly, and as much as I find this difficult to believe, Lord Zash is satisfied with his evaluation. Undoubtedly, Zin helped you in some way, but you will not have his help on the next trial. Both you and Fon will have trials of intellect, trials that test your ability to apply your understanding of the Force to solve problems.
You don't expect a slave to be a match for me in intellect. I've been trained under the greatest teachers.
Calm down, Fon. I certainly do not expect this slave to be a match for you. That's why you will have separate trials.
It's okay. I can handle anything Fawn can handle.
You're only digging your own grave. Fon, you will go to the library on the second floor of the Academy and translate the following texts for Lord Zash.
Yes, Overseer.
Slave, deep in the ancient, monster-infested tomb of Marka Ragnos, there is a holocron filled with dark secrets and encased in a great stone monument. No one has figured out how to release the holocron from its stone prison in over 1,000 years. You will bring this holocron to me, or you will die.
Well, it beats going to the library, I suppose.
Spoken like the idiot you are. You will bring back the holocron, or hope that the spirit of Marka Ragnos himself returns to end your miserable existence. Now go.
Ironically enough, I have Marka Ragnos's accoutrement as a unlocked armor set, which I can use for appearance changing if I want to. Which I probably will later, frankly. It's a really awesome looking set that is perfect for a caster. Let's see, I probably should train given they're giving me abilities so early at this point. Also, I need to select you, lightning commit. Commit. Thank you. Can't do anything in you until level 10, but nonetheless.
What dark secret shall
I
I
got
share
nothing.
with you?
Dark heal. Thank
Big
you. That's gonna go right there. Alrighty. Yes, I'm an offensive caster. I'm not a healer of any nature. I do still get a few heal spells, which is awesome. I gotta stop saying that word, which is great. But the biggest advantage they have for me is honestly in PvP. I can use them to heal, and in doing so, get higher medals and get more medals throughout the competitions. Alright, so the actual point that I need to go is to that speeder, but there is another quest along the way. Did I ever equip my belt? Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay.
Stand and account for yourself, Acolyte. Let's see what you're made of. I look at you and I wonder, are you among the truly loyal, or do you hide treason in your heart?
Don't be a fool.
Defiance of authority is a hallmark of the immature and the subversive. I recommend you reconsider your attitude.
There is one threat our Empire must remain forever vigilant against. Those within our own ranks who undermine and weaken us.
Intelligence reports indicate this valley shelters traitors. Acolytes who seek to destroy our Emperor's carefully built order and replace it with their own weak-minded heresies.
They hide among the faithful and obedient. But make no mistake, they will destroy us all, given the chance.
We've watched as the traitors scuttle about this valley and plot against us. We know their faces and their names. It is the Emperor's will that the sands of Korriban be slaked with the blood of these traitors. Prove your allegiance by executing them.
It will be a great honor to serve you, my lord.
And in serving me, you serve the Emperor.
Hey, and welcome to the
Remember
chat,
that
Destroyer
as you exterminate those
5988.
in the valley.
How are you doing
I'll
today?
give you the means to identify the traitors. Eliminate enough of them to prove your loyalty. Then return to Inquisitor Arzanan.
I'll be watching your progress with great interest. Go now. See that the Emperor's will be done.
Alright, on to probing people and killing them. Des works. I like Des. Let's see here. Alright, cool. I found one right off the bat. Awesome. And down. I am on Jedi Covenant. I play both sides, though I am starting from scratch. There we go. Probably should have killed him first. Oh, why'd you switch to a different server? I mainly chose this one just because my legacy stuff was here, and my completion towards yeah, that's a good reason. Yeah, I normally do too. Like I said, I play both sides, but it'll all be on this server, but I'm a subscriber, so I get a lot of slots. Let's see, gotta hand this back into this guy.
I watched you deal with those traitors. Well done. That was an impressive display of
I
work.
keep hoping they're gonna give me
Take this
back all
reward
my
as a
companions
token of
at
the
some
Emperor's
point.
favor. And wear this badge. It marks you as a defender of our empire.
Stay vigilant. Our enemies lurk where you least expect them.
Hooray, boots.
Travel route is confirmed.
Awesome, what kind of character are you going with? Nice. I actually did also make a Sith Assassin. So I have him and I have this one. I actually, for my Sith Assassin, I decided to go after the Vices Mar approach and make it a Miralukan. Just seemed oddly fitting. Whee! I've finished the story on everyone except the a captain, a bounty hunter, and a Imperial agent.
The path to power is not for the faint-hearted.
You remind me of myself at your age.
This used to be a Tukata, the hound-like creatures infesting Korriban's tombs. On the surface, nothing special.
But I alone can see this creature is an expression of pure dark side energy. Aggression made manifest.
Amazing. How did you learn that?
The Force told me so. It speaks to me. The Force is alive. It expresses its will in the physical world. This Toccata was one such form.
Are we another of these forms?
Sith are the highest manifestation of the Force's will. I've dissected hundreds of Toccata, forging a direct connection to the dark side. Each beast I examine advances me toward perfect unity. I now stand at a new frontier, but find myself thwarted. My most perfect specimen, a Toccata mutant, escaped to the tombs before I could analyze it.
Perhaps I could help you recover your specimen.
Yes, I was hoping as much. My apprentice, Melora, saw which tomb the mutant beast fled into. Find out what she knows, assist me, and you will be rewarded.
I'll speak with Melora, and do whatever is necessary, my lord.
You found a great calling in my service. I trust you appreciate that.
Oh, I can't wait to fight him in that dungeon and actually kill him.
Seeking Lord Renning's lost pet, are you? Don't waste your time. That fool's research is pointless.
Not a very loyal apprentice, are you?
He's my master in title only. He has nothing to teach anyone about the dark side of the Force. Renning deludes the Dark Council into believing he's advancing Sith knowledge. The truth is, he wastes the Empire's time and resources dissecting mindless animals. But if his experiments were discredited, he would be banished, and I would be rewarded.
How exactly is telling me supposed to help?
Look, just a minor alteration to the mutant Toccata's brain would allow me to reveal my master as a fraud. Bring me the brain before delivering it to Lord Renning, and I'll make it worth your while.
We'll see if I have time.
You'll earn rewards from both the master and his apprentice. It's a better deal. The mutant Toccata escaped to the tomb of Mark of Ragnos. It's much larger than the others, so it's easy to spot. Return to me with the brain before you see Lord Renning, and I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah, no, probably not gonna do that. I would much rather get the dark side points. Alrighty, there are at least one more quest down this way that I know of for certain. I could swear there's two, but maybe not. No, there is at least one more, though. It's gonna show on my map. Nah, that'd be too easy. Alright, well, we'll go this way first then. A little bit of electrocution, because hey, why not? Didn't even see there were three of them at first. Oops, my bad. Alrighty. Into the mighty tomb. There we go. Great, I got a plump larva. That's really an achievement right there. Go. Oh, no, I do not have a plump larva. Now I have several plump larvae. Wonderful. Because one is never enough. They're kind of like Pringles. You just can't go wrong. Oh, I can't wait to have an actual lightsaber. Soon, soon. Alright. Come on, ugly. There you are. Perfect. Go over there. I just realized I cannot have that spell there because I need another spell to be there a little later. Normally that slot goes to my electric shield, which I do not have yet, but it's a huge ability that pretty much should always be active when possible. Especially in PvP, it is a magnificent boost. It actually puts your armor class up to an amazing level. And Seethe doesn't need to be there either. Here we go. This last ability here, Seethe, it's specific to... every class gets one that's similar. They're all named something different, they all have different animations, but they're all the same thing. It's your out-of-combat heal. Some games make you eat to heal, other games make you sit down to heal. This one said screw it and just gave you an ability to do it for you. It's not instant, but it takes like 15 to 30 seconds, depending on how damaged you are, to get you back to a reasonable health amount. By the way, if you hear the dogs in the background, they get a little excited when the pizza guy's coming because the pizza guy gives them cheeseburgers. And they love their cheeseburgers. Realistically, I can't blame them. I love cheeseburgers too. Tomorrow I will have my shiny new camera. It will be arriving at some point, so there will likely be a pop-up stream tomorrow as well. My normal streaming is going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and Saturday from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Saturday is going to be pretty much whatever I feel like playing at the time, which could be any number of things. Sunday, or the other days, will be this. They will be Star Wars: The Old Republic, because its awesomeness cannot be contained in only one sitting. And just because I want to use it once... Wow, that is a terrible heal. Like for me, I don't really need a heal at the moment, but that is a terrible, terrible heal. You guys count as those forces? No. So I just need to make sure I do that before I hand it in. Which is fine. Oh, yeah, don't do that. That's... Granted, I love the fact that this game offers that to go in and actually play in story mode just by yourself, because it helps learn the dungeons, which is fantastic. But yeah, when you're trying to queue into something, it's not the best. Alright, there's enough flying rats. Let's go and blow up some stuff.
Let's see how you like this.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. It won't let you do the correct choice until after you've done the incorrect at least once. which is fine. Wow, I am already level 8. That's insane. Leveling may have actually gotten even faster than it used to be.
Just open, damn it.
There we go. Yep. Just wait until you get to the Lord Revan stuff. He is a fun boss fight. Well, if they're going to be right here, I may as well electrocute them. It seems wrong to just walk past them. There we go. So, which story are you trying to do? Or not trying to do? Should have known I wasn't going to be able to get past him that easy. Alright, kill the weakling first, and then this guy. Just because I haven't used that yet, but frankly it really wasn't needed. Oh. Can't you just leave dungeon? There's my little bonus objective completed. Did not find that other quest. If I don't just find it walking, I'm gonna ignore it. Fair enough, I mean, XP at this point is just so easy to get, but it doesn't hurt to have more, especially once you start getting to the Outlander stuff. It's kind of nice because you're thrown into a lot of interesting fights in a short period of time. Plus, I seem to recall around Hoth, there's a little bit of a minor difficulty spike. Let's see. Yeah, I just did not find that quest. Oh well, again, I'm already level 8, probably 9 by the time I hand all this in. There's not a point
out of patience.
to really hunt it down further.
The mutant took out a brain, or should I send someone else?
I got what you wanted.
Ha! Wonderful. Let me see it.
I hope you don't mind that the brain got a little scrambled.
I don't need it to be in pristine condition. Half the fun of my work is poking through the layers. You've done me a great service, but now I must continue my research. If there's nothing else?
Melora asked me to sabotage your experiment.
Anything for dark side points.
Melora, if you can't show my work the appreciation it deserves, there's no place for you as my apprentice.
Wait, Master. It's a lie. I haven't betrayed you.
I know the truth when I hear it, Melora. I'm releasing you from my service. Eventually.
Master, please, stop! No!
My dear, the pain for you is only beginning. Take your reward and leave. Melora and I have much to discuss.
Sounds like you need some help.
I appreciate your kind offer, but I prefer to handle this myself. Farewell.
Aw, such a shame. Alrighty, so there is my first headpiece, and me clicking the button to hide headpiece. Alright, and do I have my recall abilities yet? Quick travel, perfect. And I don't have the return fleet pass yet, which makes sense. So we are going to quick travel back to the Sith Academy. Quick travel is one of those cool little abilities that frankly allows you to avoid having to fight your way back through crowds and hordes of enemies that you didn't really want to fight the first time. And I've used my legacy bonuses to get it to be down to about 6 minutes, or instant CD. As opposed to, I believe it starts at either 15 minutes or half an hour. Given I'm so close to leveling, I'm going to hand in Harkin before going to see the trainer. Here we are.
You better not be wasting my time, slave. You better have the holocron. A fake. Or stolen from the library, probably. I'll deal with you later. Now, I believe it's time for another demonstration. Gur, step forward.
Yes, Overseer.
Fawn, kill him.
With pleasure, Overseer.
Let Gur be an example to you. Fawn destroyed him easily, like he will destroy all of you. Are there any other objections?
You are only giving us power, Harkin.
And your comments are only hastening your death, slave. Now the rest of you know the next trial.
Cannot wait to be able to kill Harkin.
Slave, stay here. Now, slave, you think yourself pretty clever getting that holocron, don't you?
I really am the best.
You are lucky Lord Zash finds you useful. Now for your trial. The last, darkest secrets of Tulak Horde are buried in his tomb. Lord Zash wants this text. But the final resting place of the dead lord is not easily trespassed. You will not be the first to die there.
Yes. You sent me into a tomb to do the impossible, hoping I'd die, and I come back and prove you wrong.
Shut up, slave. I've had about enough of your mockery. Do not come back here until you've gotten the text from Tulak Horde's tomb. Out of my sight, slave.
Very well. The belt would help, but I don't have any wrists yet at all, so we're gonna go that route first. Oh good, that did level me. I'd expected that it would. I believe the actual max level for this planet is 12, which I apparently am going to hit faster than anticipated. He's very annoying. I can't wait to kill him.
What dark secret shall I share with you?
I know it's not for a while, but it's gonna be great.
Be gone.
Sounds like my pizza guy's here, according to the dogs. Realistically, once you get your first companion, any of them are good. Your companions will, depending on what you set them to, they can heal for you or they can tank for you. So even if you're playing something squishy, like I'm playing a sorcerer right now, we have low health pools. We have low defense. But once I get a companion, they're going to be healing me. And you'll have your first companion by level 10. I would recommend maybe steering away from Imperial Agent or the Captain on the Jedi side, just because those do require a little bit more finesse while playing until you get the hang of it. But any of the Jedi or Sith specifics will be easy. Yeah, the companion is incredibly OP. Frankly, they can take out most of the opponents for you. I always found one of the easier ones to do was a Jedi Sentinel. They dual-wield lightsabers. They can just release all kinds of havoc. And again, with that healing bonus, it's hard to die. Yeah, use the companions in PvP. That'll... The companions have one hut ball. The players have all died.
I have need of you, young one. Whatever errand your master sent you on can wait until we are through.
Yeah, isn't the Marauder the inverse of the Sentinel? Yeah, Grassgrow. I actually played at launch, and periodically since then, I came back mainly to stream, and because frankly they're adding so much new content all the time at this point. It's awesome, and I love how immersive this game has always been. But they're giving you abilities at such a low level at this point.
As you say.
I am Inquisitor Eurus,
an example,
and I
I'm
represent
level
the intelligence
9,
operations of
and
the
I
Sith.
already
We are
have
currently holding
Force
an
Storm,
important Jedi
which you didn't
prisoner,
used to get for a
a
long
spy who
time
attempted
out.
to reach this academy.
I think it was level
We have
42
plans
before,
for him.
roughly.
Upon capture, we found the Jedi's mind simple to manipulate. We fed him false memories through a combination of drugs and sorcery. Soon he will return to his Jedi commanders and report the lies we fed him. He will know nothing of what
Yeah.
we've done.
You
All
used
that
to have to
remains
allocate
is to
through a
stage
skill
his
tree to
escape.
get what you wanted. Now it's a little bit looser than that.
Look no further. I am your Sith.
Good. I'm pleased that you appreciate our project.
I remember
You
back
are
when you
young
used to
enough,
get planetary
new enough to
commendations
be a
per
cause of a
planet.
traitor.
Like, you would get so many
I will
for
go to the
Korriban,
Jedi, talk
and you
to
would
him,
use those
do
to
as
buy
he
better,
asks,
stronger
earn his
gear.
trust. When
But
that
some
is
of them
done,
were actually
set him
quite
free.
difficult to get.
Do whatever is necessary to get him out of prison. We will ensure that he reaches his ship and returns safely to his Jedi friends.
Consider it done.
You will find the Jedi Quarian Dorgis in the jail cells. He is still confused and should not be overly difficult to convince.
Alright, so there's one quest. Let's grab this other one.
So, yet another acolyte stands in the shadow of our academy. You must consider yourself privileged. Tell me, you who would be Sith, have you seen much of our civilization so far? Have you been awed by this world's power and glory?
Indeed, I have. Korriban is most inspiring, my lord.
You find it so? Then you should understand something. Korriban was wrought by the true-blooded Sith millennia ago. Our ancestors, a crimson race of conquerors, raised the statues around us. Over the eons, however, our people mingled with slaves. Now the red markings of true Sith are rare, and the purity of this planet is in question.
You're mingling with a former slave right now.
Is that so? This is a sad day, but you may yet be useful. True purity and strength are carried in the blood. I worry that our blood is being diluted over generations. In the Emperor's name, I have come to learn whether the Academy's overseers are Sith or not. You will be my instrument.
So, Grassgrow, how much have you, how far beyond the original have you gotten? Have you gotten to the Outlander bit yet?
It would be an honor.
It is a glorious opportunity. I possess an ancient device, a holocron, that can read and record bloodlines. It will pulse with life near the overseers. Allow the holocron to fulfill its purpose. Stand near the overseers as it attunes to their blood purity. Then return here, and I will learn the truth.
Alrighty. On to find me some overseers. Let's see, and I believe I need a specific item for that, which is you. I will remove you from the bar later. It really does. It hands you a lot of stuff. I assume you still have to go find the holocrons and stuff. I haven't done that in quite a while. At the same time, the story is still really fun. I do too, but you see so many MMOs going that way now. If you look at World of Warcraft, it hands you everything now. There's no difference between
no emotion.
Various specs. It's
no
so
ignorance.
minimal. Or
knowledge.
Final Fantasy
The Jedi
XIV
code
has
guide
what they
me.
call Palace of the Dead,
Take it
which
you're the
is
Jedi who was captured.
you just go through floors
Emporium
fighting to
Gorgeous.
get massive
I'm a
amounts of
Jedi.
XP and power level.
Even here.
It's essentially
Even
legal
on
power
Korriban.
leveling.
Why do you care? Why are you here?
I'm here to get you home, if you play your cards right.
And I'm to trust you, the word of a Sith. I don't understand. You're here to help me. Why am I talking in circles? What's wrong with me?
And this is why Jedi shouldn't do drugs.
The Inquisitors are messing with your mind. They pumped you full of drugs.
I suspected as much. It's so hard to think straight. There's no passion. There's serenity. There's no chaos. There's harmony. The Jedi Code will guide me. I can focus. If you want to help me escape, I'll need my belongings, my lightsaber, my comlink. Before I was captured, the Sith chased me into the tomb of Tulak Horde. I hid my belongings inside an urn to lighten my load. That is where you'll need to go.
There we go. Alright, on to the next of the instructors. I believe the next one I need is upstairs. There's actually even one on the 3rd floor, I believe. There we are. Will say I've always liked the fact that you could actually run with the map up in this game. Sometimes it makes things just a little bit easier. I remember back at launch, everything was just a mess with it, and they lost a lot of people pretty quickly just because they couldn't get everything they wanted implemented. And now they've allowed it so you can customize almost everything. Fair enough. I can't remember who Darth Jedis is off the top of my head. But yeah, it doesn't sound like that would have been the Imperial throne or any of that stuff, though. It sounds like it would have been earlier, so that's good. There's at least a lot of story then that you haven't quite gotten to, which is great. Okay, I need to go downstairs now. I have those moments a lot. Especially with, like, voice actors in this. That might be why I don't know who it is. I did not complete the Imperial Agent storyline. So I'm not as familiar with that set. Oh, was it towards the end, Des? sounds like it should be. Because Act 2, the end of Act 2 is when the war breaks out. Depending on which class you're playing, of course, but... Oh good, one more level and I can fly. Hooray! Or, not fly, but use a mount. Yeah, and that would coincide with right about the end of Act 2. That would make sense. Hooray! Alright, and I will hand that in when I hand in everything else for this segment of missions. Yeah, I'm going to be level 10 before I even get Val. You were a heroic mission, so I'm ignoring you. Yes, okay. I thought there used to be a mission from that thing, that pad. Or maybe it was further in. That way. There we go. One weakling down. Oh, hey, I should have been paying attention there or something. Love how the little dude was trying to fight me so bad there. It's like, you have no chance. Remember the first time I did this mission back towards launch, these rooms, you can see how they have a little bit of smoke in them. Because of the way the graphics were rendered, that smoke would cause a lot of people to crash because it was just too much. Now granted, I was using a very different computer back then too, so this computer is built for gaming. And, you know, other things, but it's got really nice video card and all that good stuff. Exactly. I would so not be able to do this without a gaming PC at this point. There's that. And at this point, this game isn't even really that mandatory for it. This game doesn't demand the high performance anymore. Comparatively. Sorry about the background noise of the dogs. They seem to be loud today. No, my stepdad is working with them. They're just barking at pedestrians. Probably, yeah. They're good dogs. One is a Catahoula leopard dog, and the other is a mix of a we think Greyhound and potentially Pitt. But one is 3, I believe, and the other is 3.5. They're both rescue dogs. They're very friendly. What? Who's attacking me? Stop attacking me. Is that the urn I need? No. That's the urn I need. Yeah. Well, I'm a completionist. I really want to get the legendary character status, and I'm only 3 away from it, actually. But I decided I was going to kind of start over, and I wanted to restart with my main specifically. Which for Empire side has always been a Sith sorcerer. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm going about it as well. It's... if you try and rush it, you'll just get burnt out on the whole thing. Oh, good, there's one of the pieces. Hooray! Oh, there's both of the pieces. Sweet. Yeah, I would rather take my time and go through and enjoy each of the planets, with the exception of Voss. Voss is evil and can go away forever. But I'd rather just enjoy all the planets and go through and do as much as I can and get the little random weird achievements and titles. One of my favorite for Republic side is still the Black Bisector title that comes out of Coruscant. Someone in chat is quoting the Jedi Code. I gotta love that level of enthusiasm. No one said they were quoting it correctly. A legendary character is... it puts a little gold star next to your name. It's really just more of a, hey, I completed this big thing, but to get it, you have to complete every character's story through Act 3. Which means essentially getting every character to level 50. And their story done to that point. Which is certainly good to do. All of the stories are, at least all the ones I've done, are very good. Apparently Imperial Agent's one of the better ones from what I've read. I haven't done that one yet. I really enjoy the Sith Inquisitor storyline, and the Jedi Knight storylines are both excellent. Okay, and we're back to returning to people, so we're just gonna do that. Yeah, but you can't do it through bonus tokens. You have to actually complete the stories. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. There is actually a there's 3 books that have come out, and I haven't gotten to read them yet, but I have seen them. They're very short, and one is just the Sith Code and like a handbook to being a Sith. One is a handbook to being a Jedi, and the third is a handbook to being a Grey Jedi. They look very interesting, so I want to get them.
I assume you've completed my task. I will take the holocron now.
I have beaten KOTOR 2 roughly 40 times, and KOTOR 1 around 30-ish.
The ancients survive in their veins.
I couldn't agree more.
The holocron, it glows white. So little Sith blood in all of the Academy. And only one of the overseers wears the red marks. This is shameful. I will bring this to the attention of the Dark Council. Measures must be taken if the true Sith to survive.
You must be terrified that the true Sith might become extinct.
I fear for the Sith as a whole, and I would honor the ancestors who gave me strength. You have served well. It is too late for me to alter your training, but in the future, perhaps acolytes will kneel at the feet of the pure-blooded.
Hooray! My first casting accoutrement. And that should involve... Oh, nice. Chain lightning. Woohoo! Chain lightning gets a lovely perk if done right, and you can just blast through everything. I loved KOTOR 2 especially. I like both of them quite a lot, but KOTOR 2 has always been my favorite. They delved so much further into Force powers and everything that I could ever imagine. If you go the dark route and kill all the Jedi Masters and get Force Crush, that move is just so powerful. Now, right, I gotta go to the guy in the prison.
I know you. We talked before. My head's clearer now, Sith. It's all here. The comlink, my lightsaber, everything I hid. You're going through with it.
I did both sides, but
the guards change
I
shifts,
really preferred
I think
dark.
I can slip out of the academy. But what about you? You be okay?
Especially when it came to the Atris conversation. That one I loved that righteous anger she got when you actually challenged her with valid points. It was beautiful.
Don't worry about me.
If you're certain. I still don't understand why you're doing this, but I thank you.
If everything's settled, I'll be leaving.
As you say, Sith. Thank you again. I'm sorry the Empire took you in instead of the Jedi. If things had been different, maybe you could have been part of the Order.
Excellent. Sith Inquisitor is fantastically fun. And you get to torture people, which is Why did I run upstairs? Okay, cool. Yeah, it's really not hard. When in doubt, Force Storm. You get it at level 4 now, I believe it is. Force Storm will do almost all the damage you need, and then use Overload after that, and you'll kill the entire group. It's
so the Jedi is
awesomely
preparing his
easy.
escape. You did well. Not perfectly, but I have confidence the operation will succeed. Our business is concluded. I will make note of your assistance in my report.
My duty is my life.
As it should be. Take these tokens as payment for your service, and know that no Jedi can threaten Korriban. Now go.
Yay, new boots. Just what I always wanted. There's that, there's that. I'm not ignoring you, Des. I have never done a sorcerer's light side. I can't bring myself to do it. Other characters I happily go between, but sorcerer's pure evil for me.
Yes, remarkable. Magnificent. You slave. What? No. Acolyte. You're the one who brought me this magnificent holocron from the tomb of Marka Ragnos, yes?
And yeah, you're absolutely right. With the Aetrus conversation, if you're going light side, that's the only way to really do it. It will push it up faster, and it's one of the easiest ways to get Vices to notice you right out.
Yes, my lord. I found the holocron.
Unbelievable. 1,000 years buried in that tomb. The Sith Lords passing it by. And then the most unlikely person comes along. Tell me, how did you manage it?
I shot lightning at it and it opened.
Such a simple solution.
Alright, Dust.
None of us think of that. We must have thought too deeply on it. Believed too strongly that it could not be done.
Grass, my favorite one to
Perhaps
switch sides on
we
is
were simply
actually
not meant to open it.
the Sith Warrior.
Your work so far
Him as light
in
side
bringing
is
back
really
this
an
holocron,
interesting
and now the
play.
text in Tulak holds
As for a
true,
Jedi going
has
dark
me
side,
I am watching your progress eagerly. I have high hopes for you, Acolyte.
Caster
Sky
Jedi,
high.
who's Jedi Consular, he gets some really good dark side lines.
I hope I live up to them.
Good luck, Acolyte. Good luck.
Alright, let's talk to
I was just about to send Fon off. What delayed you, slave?
Well, First Lord Zash stopped me to tell me how amazing I am, and then we got talking, and I suppose I lost track of time.
Just like a slave to make up stories. Lord Zash would crush you like a gizkar if you ever crossed her path. You're not worthy of her presence. Now, did you collect the text from Tulak Horde's tomb?
Of course. As always, I'm brilliant.
Give it here. No doubt it's been badly damaged. It's what we get for sending a careless lowlife to do a Sith job. Isn't that right, Fon?
What are we waiting for, Overseer? Why don't we kill this wretch now?
That's correct. They'll get a little bit brighter, actually.
I don't want to see you again until you've satisfied.
But you can turn off dark side corruption in the character panel as well. Once this conversation's done, I'll show you where it is. So if you don't want it, you don't have to have it.
And you are not to speak to anyone.
If you do want it, you can.
Master, when you are up there, understand? You are not fit for their presence.
Please tell me Fawn can come. We'll have so much fun.
Fon has been training at combat his whole life. He was born to be Sith. You are just as likely to chop your own arm off as not, slave. Now get going to the second floor training grounds. You don't want to keep the instructors waiting.
Alright. Okay, so to turn that off, this is your character panel normally. Just click this little shirt thing here and show dark side corruption. You can click it on or off. I can't remember if you need to be a subscriber for it or not. If you do, you'd be able to use cartel coins to unlock it, unless you're a subscriber, in which case it should be unlocked anyway. It's also where you can turn off your headpiece. Alright, and I think it's time that I made his gear look just a little bit better. Thank you. We're going with that. There we go. That looks just a dash better. That's my Marker Ragnos set. Where'd it go? There it is. Ah! There we go. That's the Marker Ragnos set. It just... I love the way it looks for casters. And it is fully dyeable, but I like it in the black. Huh, no new skills that level. Oh, I already saw him at 10. Never mind. Alright. I got that out of one of their random loot boxes during one of the bundle things they were doing. I have Lord Revan's set
Hello
too.
there, friend. You remember my brother and me from downstairs? With Harkin, right?
Sorry it had to be this way.
We don't like it any more than you do. Well, maybe a little more.
Now, you really don't know whether I like this or not.
I'm sorry, man.
Alright, Des. Nice talking to you, man. Feel free to follow and come back.
We kill you, we go home.
If you're going to kill me, then do it.
I'm sorry. I really am.
Quiet, Balak. The time for talk is past. Fight for your life, Acolyte.
Alright, Grass Cow. Thanks, man. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you, you as well. Enjoy your Inquisitor.
Well, look who shows up at long last. I half expected to hear you'd crossed some Dark Lord upstairs and finally got yourself killed. None of the others have shown up either. I assume they're dead by now, which means you and Fawn are the last ones.
Speaking of Fawn, he seems conspicuously absent.
You only wish it, slave. No. You took so long returning, I sent Fawn ahead. Your final trial will be to retrieve an ancient map from the innermost chamber of Naga Sado's tomb, which has never been breached in thousands of years. But before you get the map, you'll have to awaken an ancient assassin called a Dashard that sleeps in the tomb. You cannot access the map without him. Understand?
I think I can do that much.
Oh, and one more thing. You'll be competing with Fawn for this map. Whoever brings it back will be Lord Zash's apprentice. The other will die. And Fawn's already started, so my advice? Run, slave. Run.
One moment, please.
Lord Zash, what are you doing here?
Overseer, are you implying that I, a Lord of the Sith, don't have the right to go where I please within the Academy of the Sith?
No, of course not, Lord Zash.
Good. I saw the last Acolyte arrive. I wanted to see the hopefuls off on their final trial. Where's, the red one, Fawn?
He finished his trial early, so I sent him on rather than keeping him waiting for this.
Pity. I just finished translating the wonderful text this acolyte brought from Tulak Horde's tomb, and it's most illuminating. I don't know that the map can be retrieved without it.
Well, well, well. It's a good thing I didn't start running, isn't it, Harkon?
It's too late. Fawn's already left. You can't just...
Give one acolyte an unfair advantage over the other? Overseer, when has being Sith ever been about being fair? Now, my dear acolyte, here is what you must do to free the Deshard. There are rods scattered throughout the tomb of Naga Sado. These rods are the keys to the chamber where the ancient assassin is imprisoned. You will need to place the rods in the chamber door and electrify them. I don't know exactly the reason, but it is clear that you will not be able to retrieve the map without the Deshard. But be careful. He is very dangerous.
Is there anything else I should know about the Deshard?
It's a Force-resistant assassin. I have reason to believe this one was placed in the tomb by Tulak Horde himself. I will return when both acolytes are back from the tomb. You will not do anything further to affect the outcome of the trial. Understood?
Yes, Lord Zash.
Good. And good luck, acolyte.
For right now, I am going to switch back to that just because it looks better with that weapon. The cool thing about the gear that I'm using, the Mark of Ragnos set, is I can actually allocate items to each piece in order to enhance it. I could theoretically use that as my actual gear throughout pretty much the entire game if I wanted to. I'm only using it as gear to look pretty, but it honestly could be used at such a higher level than that. But at level 11, it truly isn't going to matter. Alrighty, let me grab whatever he has. He has nothing for me. Alright, well, I thank everyone for watching. This has been a fun little pop-up stream just to kind of get this going and get the game going. I do appreciate everyone who watched and participated in chat. That was great fun for me. I hope you all enjoyed it as well. I will likely end up doing a pop-up stream again tomorrow because I have a new camera coming from Amazon. So there's that. My normal streaming is going to be, again, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, playing this, and then on Saturdays from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. playing whatever my twisted little brain can think of. Probably Portal this week, because that's where I'm at. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Please feel free to come back, watch again if you want to see when I'm on. Either follow me on here or follow me on Twitter at Roosevelt. Either way, it's all good. Nice talking to y'all, and have a great rest of your weekend.